Okay. Hi everybody and welcome to Permaculture Malaga. As promised in the last episode, this will be a complete update episode of what has been going on. We won't be getting around to everything, but I'll try to get the most of the things that's been going on.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Exactly. Now, first of all, we've been building this, what we're sitting on here, to secure the road, the access road to the house. And we needed to do that to get the building materials into the house. So before, this drain pipe just drained directly down here and was eroding all of this.
Yeah.
So we've secured it all with rocks.
Yes.
And built a small ball down here which we're sitting in. And in front of us is an apron.
But we're not finished with the apron.
But we're not finished with the apron yet. There's still work to do.
When you have a stream or a creek or an arroyo and you put in a tube that is too small, you get the same effect as when you put your finger over your garden hose. You increase the speed of the water because the same amount of water has to go through a smaller space. So what happens is you usually carve out a hole on the downside of the slope, just like with a pressure hose and you're digging out a hole in the ground. If you're using a pressure hose on the dirt, you're going to dig out a hole, and you're getting the same effect here. So you have to break the water so that it doesn't carve out any more soil, and you do that by putting in rocks or a sunny ball, or best of all, redesigning the whole solution.
Now, also, we've been working on the terrace. Now, let's go and see that.
I'm taking the camera.
This is the terrace.
Yeah.
As you can see, we're almost done.
It's more greener.
It's much more greener. We've been planting, we've been mulching, we've been making paths.
Yeah. Those are the things we did most. We have fallen down sometimes, but not yesterday.
Now, what some of you might notice is that we have a lot of grass growing here.
Yeah.
And that comes from the mulch. Now, I know what some of you might say, and that is that we should be using seedless mulch. And yes, that is preferable. But there are several reasons why we've been using this mulch. And I'll try to explain that to you.
It's closer.
Exactly, that's one of the reasons. This is as local a resource as we can get. It's from the neighbors, and it's free. And also, this has been fertilized by the goats. They have been pooping on it, they've been peeing on it, so it's full of nutrients. Second of all, exactly, good nutrients. Second of all,
Oh, now my sister's coming.
now your sister's coming. Second of all, even though there might be some grasses in here that are undesirable later, and I know you're going to say the grasses will compete with the new plants for nutrients and so on. This is much, much, much greener than anything else. I'll show you a comparison just in a moment. I mean, have a look at it here. And I'll show you a comparison. This has not been mulched at all.
Yeah, and it's not so green.
It's absolutely not as green as the terrace.
Yeah.
So, given that we have really bad soil, and I'll talk about soils in another episode, but we're down to stratum B, and I'll explain what that is in another episode.
Stratum B.
That basically means we're missing
Good soil.
good soil. We're missing a meter or two of soil here. Any organic material that we can get, and I'll show you the terrace again here in comparison. Any organic material that we can get is better than nothing on top of the soil here. And the grasses also help by collecting the dew, just like the mulch does. And they're building organic material, and the roots are holding on to the soil and preventing erosion. So at this time, I would prefer having grasses, even though some of them are unwanted, rather than nothing. I might regret it later and I might need to weed some of them out, but we can do that with animals.
Yeah, like Gustav, he eats some.
Yeah, the dog sometimes eats some of the grass.
Yeah.
But we haven't done all of this alone. To do the terrace and to do the securing of the road, we've had a lot of help. We've had our two first volunteers,
Yes.
Anders and Katrine. And while they were here, I made an interview with them, which I'm going to show to you now.
Yeah.
So these are our two volunteers. Could you tell us about who you are and how you ended up being here?
Yeah, I'm Anders,
And I'm Katrine.
and we traveled Indonesia and went from permaculture farm to permaculture people and met and just explored. And then at one point we thought we would like to go to Spain because we heard a lot about permaculture in Spain. And the first thing showed up was this place, Permaculture Malaga, and we thought, okay, these are Danish people, we could contact them and see if we could volunteer and learn more about their project. And yeah, now we've been here for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how have those 3 weeks been?
It's been great. Very nice. It's nice to be a place where it's new. We are making the first spot now. Nice to be with you in the beginning.
Yeah. You see the first steps.
Yeah.
And how the whole place forms and how it takes shape. And hear all the considerations and what thoughts there's about the land and how to design it. It's been very learnful to just. We've been other places which has been very established and very big. So this is very different and indeed very nice to see the first steps of a permaculture center.
And so what are your plans for the future?
I think we would try to get a PDC as soon as possible and as well travel maybe more in Spain and Portugal during the winter in Denmark and then just learn and travel and explore more.
That sounds great.
See more places.
That sounds really great. I wish you luck with your trip, and maybe we'll see each other again.
Yeah?
We hope
Yeah.
so. We want to see the green
Yeah.
garden.
Yes, we want that too. We want that too.
Yes, we wanted to.
Exactly.
We want to see.
So maybe we'll see each other again.
Yeah. And
You're
thank you
always
so
welcome
much
here.
Thank you so much for
It's
this
been very
outdoor
open.
picture.
It's very nice.
Well, you built it.
Yeah, you built it.
We
So,
built it, yeah.
and finally, we've moved into the house.
Yeah, as you can see here.
Yes. It's not completely finished, still working on it. But we have running water, cold water. We have solar lights. We have a couple of rooms that are lit with solar panels, small solar panels. The real ones haven't arrived yet. We have a gas oven to keep us warm. And we have working compost toilets. So most of the things that you need are here in the house.
We have a bed.
We have a bed, yes. Actually, it's quite interesting to discover how few things you actually need in terms of electricity and water and so on, in order to live comfortably. We also have an internet connection. It's 3G at the moment. We're getting the real one installed.
We do have a generator for electricity needs, internet, computers, phones, and so on. And also we have gas for heating and cooking. But that's basically all. Thanks very much for watching, and see you on the next episode.